Bennett is 7 years old. He's soon to be 8, actually, and he is just a really special kid. He is funny and cute and sporty, super smart, and just such a people person. To know Bennett is to love Bennett, and I don't think there's a person out there that meets him and doesn't just fall in love with him. Hi, my name is Lainie Cooper. I am a mom of 2 boys, ages 7 and 10, and I live in Denver, Colorado. So Bennett's speech journey has been a little interesting. We started realizing around age 2.5 that he maybe wasn't as clear and concise in his speech as we thought he should be. We approached our doctor about it, and he kind of wanted to take the wait and see approach, which from what I've learned is pretty common in the medical community with a lot of therapy issues. And we do trust our doctor, and he's wonderful, so we did. We waited, and a 1.5 years later, around age 4, his speech still wasn't sounding as clear as we thought it needed to. So we actually reached out to Solace Pediatric Home Healthcare and started the process of getting an evaluation scheduled for him. He did a first round of speech from age 4 to 5 and worked on articulation of the letter S, and finished pretty quickly. I'd say in less than a year he graduated. And then around age 6.5, kind of started having the same concerns, but this time with the letter R. The letter R just wasn't sounding as strong as it should when he spoke. So we having had a great experience with Solace the first time, we reached back out, had him reevaluated, and that brings us to today. He's in speech therapy working on articulation of the letter R.
One of the most important things with articulation therapy is trying to get the child to say the sound or word as many times as possible. That's why we do whatever Bennett is interested in, is to keep that motivation up so that we can get as many of those trials as possible. While we're engaged in these activities, I use a variety of strategies like visual cues, tactile cues, verbal feedback to help Bennett improve his ability to say his R sounds. In-home therapy is important for a couple of reasons. One reason is that children learn best when they're in a familiar environment, and obviously the home is the most familiar. Another reason that in-home therapy is so important is because it allows the therapist the opportunity to collaborate more closely with the parent. I always tell parents my job is to help give you the tools and strategies to support your child's communication throughout the week. Communication happens all day, every day, during every activity. So if the parent and I can work closely together to identify opportunities to work on specific speech skills during a routine they already have, the more success we're going to see with their child's articulation skills.
I think the most important thing I've learned about early intervention in relation to speech therapy is act when you have concerns. You know, my husband and I first had concerns when our son was 2.5, and had we moved forward with the evaluation at that point, we'd just be that much further along in this process. So because we waited till age 4, you know, we're still working through and helping him master these skills, and that's okay, but a big part of me just wishes we had acted sooner because, like I said, we'd be a 1.5 years further into this journey than we are now. The clinicians at Solace are so special. We've been fortunate enough to work with 2 of them, and both of them have been just phenomenal. They are excited, and they're fun, and they're engaging, and they bring this amazing energy to the table that you just don't see elsewhere. They never take a one-size-fits-all approach, and I think that's probably the most special thing about these Solace therapists, is that they're so invested in the success of each and every child, and because of that, they know these kids, and they are on their level, and they bring activities to them that the children really, really enjoy, but they intertwine the therapy services at the same time. Bennett is doing so well. We've been so lucky to work with phenomenal speech therapists at Solace who have really been instrumental in his success. And he is, like I said, probably 60 to 70% accurate when he articulates the letter R right now. And he's working so hard, and I think that we're gonna be at graduation status real soon here. He's doing amazing.